The glass shattered before Leah even realized she had thrown it. Crystal fragments scattered across the marble office floor, glittering under the cold white lights like broken stars. Her chest rose and fell as she stared at the phone still glowing in her trembling hand. On the screen was a photo. Her husband, Marcus Vale, and the woman sitting on his lap in a private lounge. Marcus leaned against the desk across from her, arms folded, looking more irritated than guilty. His expensive suit jacket was tossed casually over a chair as if the situation bored him. "Are you done?" he asked flatly. Leah blinked slowly. "Done?" "Yes, with the drama." Her breath caught in her throat. 3 years. 3 years of loyalty, sleepless nights, building his company from nothing into a tech empire worth billions. And this was his response. "No apology?" she whispered. Marcus shrugged. "It's not that serious, Leah." Her laugh came out sharp and broken. "Not that serious?" she repeated. He walked around the desk, expression smug, like a man explaining something simple to a child. "Men in my position don't live like ordinary husbands." Leah stared at him as if seeing a stranger. "You cheated." Marcus waved his hand dismissively. "It was a distraction, that's all. And you thought I'd just accept it?" Marcus stepped closer, lowering his voice like he was delivering a truth she should already understand. "Where would you go?" The words landed like a slap. Leah's fingers curled slowly. Marcus smirked. "You built everything here, your reputation, your work, your life." He tilted his head slightly. "You wouldn't walk away from it." Silence filled the office. Leah suddenly felt very calm, too calm. She walked to the desk slowly and opened a drawer. Marcus frowned. "What are you doing?" Leah pulled out a folder. "Divorce papers." Marcus laughed. "Oh, please." She placed them on the desk. "I already signed them." His laughter stopped. "You're joking." Leah slid her wedding ring off her finger. 3 years of memories sat inside that small circle of gold, the late nights, the sacrifices, the silence she kept when investors doubted him, the loyalty she gave without hesitation. She placed the ring on the papers. Marcus stared at it. "You're being emotional." Leah picked up her coat. "No," she said quietly, "I'm being finished." Marcus scoffed. "You'll come crawling back in a week." She paused at the door. Her voice was soft. "You'll regret saying that." Then she walked out. Outside, freezing rain poured down the streets of Seoul. Leah stepped into it without an umbrella, the cold biting through her coat immediately. Her breath shook as tears mixed with rain. 3 years. Gone. She walked without direction, heels clicking against the wet pavement until the city lights blurred around her. Finally, she stopped under a dim street light, wrapping her arms around herself. "I have nothing now," she whispered. "You're wrong." The deep male voice came from behind her. Leah spun around. A tall man stood a few steps away, completely unmoved by the rain. Black coat, sharp eyes, calm presence that made the air feel heavier. Leah frowned. "Do I know you?" The man studied her for a long moment. "Leah Carter." Her heart skipped. "How do you know my name?" He stepped closer. "Because I've been watching you for 2 years." Leah stiffened. "That's not funny. I'm not joking." Something in his voice made the rain feel colder. "Who are you?" The man looked directly into her eyes. Joon. Leah's stomach dropped. Everyone in the city knew that name. Joon. The Jeondal boss who controlled half the underground networks across Seoul. The man politicians avoided crossing. The man corporations secretly feared. Leah stepped back instinctively. "What do you want from me?" Sunjun's gaze softened slightly as he looked at her soaked figure. "You're freezing." "That wasn't my question." "I know." He removed his coat and gently draped it over her shoulders before she could protest. The warmth shocked her. Leah stared at him. "Why are you helping me?" Sunjun's lips curved slightly. "Because the most brilliant strategist in Marcus Vale's company just became unemployed." Leah blinked. "You know about my work?" "I know everything about your work." He leaned closer. "You were the real architect behind Vale Technologies." Her heart pounded. Marcus had always taken public credit, always. You built his empire quietly, Sunjun continued, and he believed you'd never leave. Leah swallowed. Sunjun's voice dropped lower. I've been waiting for the day you realized your worth. Waiting? She asked. Yes. For what? For you to be free. The words sent a strange shiver through her chest. Leah searched his face. Why? Sunjun didn't hesitate. Because genius like yours shouldn't belong to a fool. The rain continued falling around them. For the first time that night, Leah felt something other than pain. Curiosity. Are you offering me a job? She asked carefully. Sunjun smiled slowly. I'm offering you power. 6 months later, the Grand Imperial Hotel glowed like a palace under the night sky. Luxury cars lined the entrance. Celebrities, billionaires, investors, the city's most elite gathering. Marcus Vale adjusted his tuxedo nervously as he handed his invitation to security. The guards scanned it. You may enter. Marcus walked inside, trying to hide the tension in his shoulders. 6 months ago, he had been the most respected billionaire in Seoul. Now, now his company was collapsing. Investors were disappearing, debt collectors were circling, and someone had quietly bought nearly every loan his company owed. Marcus didn't know who. But tonight he planned to find answers. The ballroom glittered with chandeliers and diamonds. Marcus grabbed a glass of champagne, scanning the crowd. Then he froze. Across the room stood a woman in a black couture gown that shimmered like midnight. Diamonds dripped from her ears and neck. Her hair flowed down her back like silk. Marcus's heart nearly stopped. Leah? She turned slowly and smiled. The confidence in her eyes made Marcus feel suddenly small. He pushed through the crowd. Leah, she raised an eyebrow. Marcus, you disappeared. Leah sipped her champagne calmly. I left. Marcus grabbed her arm. You think you can just vanish after destroying my company? Her eyes sharpened. I didn't destroy anything. You took clients, strategies, investors. Leah laughed softly. I built those relationships, Marcus. You owe me. Wrong. She pulled her arm away. You owe me. Marcus's voice rose. You're coming home. Leah tilted her head. Home? Yes. He leaned closer. You made your point. Now stop this nonsense. A deep voice spoke behind him. She's not going anywhere. Marcus turned slowly. The man standing there was taller than him. Calm, cold, terrifyingly composed. Sun Joon. Marcus recognized him instantly. Every businessman in Seoul knew that face. What are you doing here? Marcus asked cautiously. Sun Joon's eyes never left Leah. I was invited. Marcus scoffed. This is a private event. Sun Joon smiled slightly. I bought the event. Marcus frowned. What? Sun Joon stepped closer, his presence dominating the space. You've been wondering who owns your company's debts. Marcus's stomach twisted. Yes. Sun Joon's voice remained calm. I do. Marcus felt the blood drain from his face. That's impossible. Sun Joon pulled a document from his jacket and handed it to him. Marcus's hands shook as he read it. Every loan, every investment, every financial lifeline. Owned by one man. Sun Joon. You're bankrupt, Sun Joon said quietly. Marcus looked up in panic. Why? Sun Joon glanced at Leah. Because you threw away something priceless. Leah watched silently. Marcus turned to her desperately. You did this? She shook her head slowly. No, Sun Joon answered instead. I did. Marcus's voice cracked. You destroyed me for her? Sun Joon's gaze darkened. I removed a man who didn't deserve her. Marcus laughed bitterly. She's just a strategist. Sun Joon's expression turned deadly calm. She's the woman I intend to marry. The room suddenly felt smaller. Marcus stared at Leah. You're with him? Leah met his eyes steadily. I chose someone who sees my value. Marcus's voice broke. You loved me. Leah's expression softened slightly. I did. Then why? Because love without respect is humiliation. Marcus looked between them, helplessly. Sun Joon placed a possessive arm around Leah's waist. Security, he said calmly. Two guards appeared instantly. Remove Mr. Vale. Marcus struggled. You can't do this! Sun Joon's voice was quiet. I already did. Marcus was dragged toward the exit. His last view was Leah standing beside the most powerful man in the room. Radiant, untouchable, like a diamond he once held. and foolishly threw away. Leah watched the doors close behind him. Her chest felt strangely light. Sunjun leaned closer. Do you regret it? She looked up at him. No. His thumb brushed her hand gently. I told you, he murmured, you were never meant to belong to him. Leah smiled slowly. And you? Sunjun's eyes darkened with obsession. I've been waiting 2 years to make you mine. The orchestra began playing as the ballroom lights shimmered across her diamonds, and for the first time since the rain-soaked night, she left everything behind. Leah felt unstoppable.